Yeah. And so I was going to ask you, Matt, so the Daily Dan poll, if you want to go to YouTube and take the poll, is Todd Warner, you remember Todd?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do remember Todd.
Wants to change the
Todd
name
remembers me too.
of B&A to Trump International Airport.
Yes.
I said if you're going to change the name, you do it for Dolly or Johnny Cash. And I don't know, do you have an opinion on that?
That's Todd Warner's idea is stupid.
Okay.
Are you just anti-Todd? Because I think it's a fun idea.
No, it's stupid.
You think it's a fun... of course you do.
Maybe it'll keep the leftists that are fleeing to this state away.
No. I mean, if you want to name everything after the guy, I mean, that's fine. But, I mean, it's pandering. Now, my question is this. You know, you've been doing this a long time. I mean, years and years and years. I don't want to date you. But my curiosity is... I'm going to be impressed to watch and see if you can get a poll up every day. Because
and it's over.
I mean, because when you're young in your career, it's kind of easy.
Sure,
the ideas come, they flow. I mean, it's not a problem.
Right.
Later in your career, Dan.
So what do we do?
I mean, we're all going to be watching with bated breath to see if
we're going to need to change it, Dan. We're going to change the name of it. It's over now. He killed it.
Well,
it's
over. The great thing is, it's actually KGB that's getting it up every day.
God, what are you doing to me? Why do you put me in this position?
You're going to check it?
I do not consent.
What time does your poll go up every day?
Multiple times, actually.
Listen, depends on what he's in the mood.
I may be old, but I ain't dead. Wait, are we still talking about the...
Yes, we're talking about Dolly Parton. and Dan's poll. I mean, the Dan poll. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Are we done with this?
It's clearly, more on the serious lines. I mean, Chris, you might disagree, but you're pandering.
Yeah.
I mean, you're political pandering. Donald Trump does not have any connection to the state of Tennessee outside of the fact that the state of Tennessee voted for him 3 times.
Now, we got a little bit of controversy in the studio, and I'm a little pissed.
Cool.
Oh, boy.
Hand is calling me a liar.
I did. I called him a liar.
So I thought that I have not worn this hat before on the air.
Yeah.
But you're saying that I have.
You wore it after the election, and you made a big stink about it because you said, I'm not going to wear the 47 until he wins. And you've had it off tucked away. And then he won, and then you wore it.
Did I really?
Yeah.
I've seen it. And you've never invited me to your house, so I assume that means you've worn it somewhere. I remember a lot. Yeah.
You want to come over?
Yeah. Hot tub.
That's a no.
We come up with a couple of Dan polls.
So you're gonna kick Amy out of you're kicking Amy out of the hot tub?
I didn't say that. No, but it's a fetching hat. I remember thinking.
I didn't know that I'd worn it before, but when you get to be, my age.
Yeah, you're getting up at 1 a.m.
The polls can still go up, but the mind goes.
You're our elder statesman.
I had a DDP
I'm elder,
theme song.
but I'm no statesman.
You're our elder statesman.
Okay. Well.
I had a DDP theme song and everything for the poll, and now I can't use it.
Play that for...
Okay.
So this is
I know Chris will like it.
This is what Malinoff brought to the table, an actual Dan's Daily Poll theme.
So for the record, YouTube can't listen because we will be copyrighted to hell with this, but Chris is going to like this, I promise.
Yo, it's me. It's DDP.
So...
I get the reference.
Now,
thank you, Chris. Well, I knew you'd like it.
He says DDP in it.
It's a 90s,
that works.
90s wrestler.
It's a 90s wrestler.
It's a 90s wrestler.
But this theme song is perfect specifically because he goes, it's D.
The Target demo really gets it.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
Chris is all I care about when it comes to these wrestling references.
You know what's funny, actually?
Sometimes we have to do things for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
No one gets our references, but it's always good to have inside jokes.
I'm listening, Dan.
Have you ever felt like your producer secretly hates you?
What have I done to say I hate Chris?
You're always referencing how much you like Chris better than me.
No, I never said that. I never said that. I said I like Chris because I can do wrestling references that no one else will get but him.
The great thing is, like with you and I, we both have had the same experience.
That's what I was saying. Besides Bell, right?
Yeah, it's like Bell. Well, see, Bell openly hated me. I don't know if he openly hated you or not.
Bell Dan, Bell openly hates everyone.
Everybody. Yeah, exactly.
He's an
Equal
equal opportunity hater.
I mean, right? I think he hated me a little bit less because he thought I was going to jump him.
Right. All right. So, James K. Polk. Okay. Do you know what television fictional school was named after James K. Polk?
Hold on, I'm trying. He's like, is he 11, 12? Somebody help me out. I'm trying to figure out the number of president that he was.
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, gosh.
I want to say he was 11 or 12. That's my go.
If only there were a device that we all have at our
Right.
fingertips.
James K. Polk. I've been to the Polk presidential.
Me too, Columbia.
Yeah, it's great.
It is. All right,
Is it?
so
Is it?
I want to make
That's,
sure.
you know, it's a presidential. Yada,
That's
yada.
a drive.
It's
for
a
that kind of
boyhood. It's a
museum.
presidential boyhood home.
All right, so I want to make sure. So
11 or 12.
So
11.
Jay doesn't know.
Bingo.
KGB doesn't know. Chris clearly wouldn't
What
know.
is the
What would
what
I-
is the
what would I
what is
not
the
know?
what is the answer? I mean, what is the question?
What TV show featured James K. Polk High School?
I think I know.
Ned's
I
Declassified
think-
School Survival Guide.
I
on
think
Nickelodeon.
it's,
Well,
it's Married with Children.
That's one. No.
It's Welcome Back, Kotter.
That's right. Gabe
I
Kaplan.
think it's Married with
Chris,
Children.
I got
think
your
it's Married
reference.
with Children too.
It's also
Oh,
Ned's
really? Okay, well, maybe it is.
Declassified School Survival Guide.
That's
for
where I
Nickelodeon.
heard it.
Polk High School is a fictional high school that the Bundy family attended in Chicago, Illinois, named after the 11th president of the
I
United
had
States of
no.
America.
Okay, well, Welcome Back, Kotter too.
Multiple answers.
All right.
I didn't know
See,
Polk was this popular.
But see, here's the no.
or is he
see,
just this irrelevant that
No, no,
it
no.
works for TV?
That's okay.
No, Polk was a great president. Polk showed no. What?
Is this-
no, no, no.
is this- is this where-
no. Polk was a great. No,
Don't set
look-
Murphy off
No,
on something
no, no.
random.
y'all don't
you
know.
besmirch Polk in front of Murphy.
Polk chose not to run again
So did Joe Biden.
for president of the United States of America. Now, y'all look up. Y'all besmirch Polk at your own
I'm not
peril.
besmirching Polk.
It
Here's,
sounds like you are, Dan.
what did I say?
Oh wait, that was Chris. Never mind.
Yes.
Joe Biden stepped down for the good
Listen.
of the party.
You always know Chris's voice. It's low. And mine is high, especially when I feel like I'm being unduly attacked, Murphy.
I'm not attacking anybody. I was just thinking that it was Married with Children.
I miss doing the cross with Murphy because you say something random like, I don't know about Polk. He's
Polk,
like,
man.
What did
Y'all,
you just say?
Polk and Coolidge. They get bad raps.
I hate to say it, but like if you're doing a test, a majority of people, if you do a test like naming all the presidents, I feel like James K. Polk would be the one you forget. It's like William Henry Harrison, kind of the same.
We
category
elected
there.
a Millard in this country at one point.
Millard Fillmore.
Millard.
You know what the thing is though about Married with Children and Welcome Back, Kotter, both having James K. Polk High School, I guess, is that by virtue of the shows, it is like they're making fun of James K. Polk. Because did you ever watch Welcome Back, Kotter? It was John Travolta's first show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember it.
Yeah.
Mr. Carter. You're getting Dan all wild up right now.
Oh,
It was a little
Mr.
before.
Kotter,
It
Mr.
was a
Kotter.
little before my
Oh
time.
my God, dear Lord!
Arnold Horseshat.
I just
Arnold
like.
Horseshat.
Am I really? How old are you?
I'm 51.
Whatever. Hey, listen.
I'm sorry, I'm not at a different age, Dan.
Whatever. Anyway,
Ask me about my
That's
poll in
funny.
the afternoons.
Jesus. We do have
That's a
to.
great idea, though. In all seriousness, it's a good idea.
Dan, do we need to change the name officially? Is that
No,
like,
no.
listen.
No, don't change it on my account.
Just got a bunch of folks around here who have dirty minds.
I just
Listen,
wanted to know about your poll.
keep my poll out of your head.
I thought you were cool.
Oh, I thought you were going to go somewhere bad. That was going to go bad.
You should have went for it. You should have went for it.
You veered off right into here.
This show,
veered off.
this show would have been canceled so fast.
I got almost there, and I thought, oh wait a minute, I can't say
Dan was on the high dive. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not jumping." I was down there.
My heart skipped a beat for a second. I'm like, oh no.
And dump, that's just for the stream.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Stream exclusive X-rated joke there.
So what are you guys going to talk about today?
I don't know. Is anything going on in the news?
It's extremely slow. It's a holiday. It's MLK Jr. Day, so
it's
it's a slow news day.
We're going to revisit the submarine that went missing.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good. Hey, anybody hear about that Cybertruck in Las Vegas lately? Nobody? Nothing?
There's some astronauts stuck up in space watching the inauguration today.
You know, it's weird you say that. Over the weekend, I just happened randomly on a story, and I'm like, why are we not talking about the fact that we have 2 astronauts in space for 9 months? We can't get them down.
One of them from here.
And we can't get them down.
Yeah.
My favorite is the conspiracy theories. They're not really up there. Who would have sent them with Christmas hats? Did you see that?
Yes.
Well, they're getting supplies.
I hope that they have American flags today for the inauguration, so that way people can really lose their minds.
A 47 hat.
All right. Do you guys have a favorite executive order? Like one of my favorites, declassifying, the 51 intelligence agents, the member that signed the whole Russian disinfo hunters laptop is, well, they are now having their security clearances revoked. So that's one of my favorites.
Let's go. I like designating cartels as terrorist
That's a
organizations.
good one, too. Oh, you know what? I think that's what we need to do is let's talk about our favorite executive
I always
orders.
say, if you want me to support a war, that's one I can get behind.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
I don't have a favorite executive order as of yet. I'm waiting. I want to see all 200 of them. Make sure that I really digest the 200 executive orders. Is Donald Trump, is he going to sign all those today?
This is a good idea for your poll tomorrow. You should just have all 200 options.
Be a long poll. Long poll.
They can never be too long.
I don't know. I'm not. There's like 14 ideas in my head, and even Murphy's brain's going, no, don't say that one. No, don't say that one.
I want everyone to know that Murphy's the one that brought this here.
I'm not the one that named it
the Daily
Dan's Daily Poll.
No, it's a Daily Dan poll. That's a big difference.
It's the Daily Dan Poll.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
The emphasis is on Dan's poll.
It's like a maypole.
We are all just.
I imagine. You remember the game with the ribbons? You traipse around the pod. That's what I imagine is Dan and all the listeners.
I want to make sure that nobody was thinking about my poll until you came in and started talking like this.
Wilson thought about it.
He did. Did you hear Brian Wilson openly mock my Daily Dan poll?
He was thinking about your poll before he got on the line.
Dude, when he said Dan poll, I had to I was belly laughing just because it's just
the way that
funny.
he said it.
So how firm are you going to be with KGB counting these votes? I mean, is it good? I mean,
I trust him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we listen every morning for the Daily Dan poll, I expect some stiff competition on that. I mean, I do.
Yeah.
Is Dolly? I would expect that Dolly's currently winning.
I think I know our next poll now is, should we change the name?
Oh my gosh.
No, you roll with that. That's a great name.
I like the Daily Dan poll.
It's a great
Just
name.
no theme song to it?
DDP.
You know what we can do, and maybe the sponsor can be the Tennessee Men's Clinic.
Honestly, when you need
You need to get that downstairs. That's a great idea.
It needs to happen. We just made money off of it.
Men's Clinic.
The poll is
Dan, we made money. Tennessee Men's Clinic. Dan, we just made money off your poll.
There you go.
Well, we do have the sponsor with the pole barns, you know.
We do have that too. We do have that too.
So I'm just excited about it all. To get back to your content-based question, I'm excited about the executive orders. I'm excited about all of it. I'm relatively excited because if you expected that Joe Biden was going to throw some sort of nonsensical preemptive pardons, and I love how the liberals, they're hiding behind, well, this has happened before. They preemptively pardoned Richard Nixon.
Oh.
Like, shut up. Just shut your mouths. But now we get to call them into Congress, and they can't hide behind the Fifth Amendment.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
It's not. Let's go. Let's commit some perjury, Anthony Fauci.
Well, don't forget, Biden did issue.
He's done that before.
I know.
Don't forget.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Don't forget, Biden did issue one warning, actually. Hey, KGB, you got my audio up?
This is the guy you said you trusted.
Sorry, yep, sure is. All right, so hey, don't forget, Biden did issue one warning for all of us.
I'm not going anywhere.
That's what he said. Joe Biden said, "I'm not going." I don't even know what he means by that.
I happen to be watching when because I watch CNN, so you don't have to. So I happen to be watching when they cut to that speech, and I watched it live. And I don't. Did you see the speech?
No.
I mean, it is amazing that we have not seen more Americans die than have died under Joe Biden's watch.
Oh, yeah.
Considering the amount of infirmity, he barely could get through. He barely could get through it.
Yeah.
It's just it was nonsensical. He was slobbering over himself. He barely made, I mean.
He's just gone.
He is just
gone.
And did you see the audio of Mike Johnson over the weekend? And he's talking about how he went in to talk to Biden about the executive order about liquid gas. And he's like, I didn't sign that.
Biden has no idea what he signed.
So yes, it did.
We
Mr.
have
President.
Brian back on. So, Brian, they've been talking about polls enough. What's going on at Washington, D.C. right now?
Well, we're watching as we are waiting the president to walk from Blair House, which is directly across the street from the White House, to the White House. And they'll have a tea there, and then they'll move up toward Capitol Hill. So things are starting to happen.
Do we know what kind of tea it is, Brian? Is it black tea, green tea?
I'm going to say it's Earl Grey, but it's just a guess.
It's classy. We keep it classy.
Yeah, that is a classic tea.
I mean, I don't understand tea, how that became the tradition, because we're not a particularly tea-drinking country. But apparently this stems back for many, 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 many years, and that's just the tradition. A lot of things that happen here are tradition, and you go and say, well, how did that all happen? Nobody seems to know. Nobody seems to know where that all came from. But apparently, and we're seeing now, Trump is departing Blair House for the White House directly across the street. Things are starting to happen here in a very frigid Washington.
You know, Brian, Biden really doesn't know where anything came from at this point. So there's that, too. All right, Brian, thank you. You're going to be on throughout the day here on Super Talk 99.7 with Chris Hand coming up, also with Chad Benson. And with Matt Muprhy.
Matt Muprhy, yes.
Throughout the day.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Brian.
B-dubs.
I guess he's gone. Okay.
It's cold up there. I don't think it. Do you share? I know Chris Hand and I, because we were talking about it earlier, believe in we don't believe in the cold.
Oh, BS. They're concerned about Antifa. They're concerned about violence.
I think primarily from the air. I think the drone stuff is got concerning enough to them. They said, "Listen, we got to do something."
That's a real threat, and you spotted it over the weekend. The anti-drone technology on the motorcade.
Yep,
insane.
Yeah,
I got to go.
We love you, Dan.
We'll miss you,
and I love your poll.
8:55, Nashville's Morning News. We'll leave it there. Dan Mendes here with a question for you. If your roof is destroyed in a storm, how much of that replacement cost would your insurance company cover? Now, if you don't know, you really do need to ask, because some insurance companies refuse to pay full replacement cost. They're going to deduct money for an older roof, and this means that the insurance company will depreciate how much they pay for your roof claim. An older roof, they're going to pay you less, and that could leave you on the hook for thousands of dollars. Now, my friends at King & Associates Insurance, they will pay full replacement cost. So whether you have to replace a 10-year-old roof or a 2-year-old roof, they are going to pay for it to be replaced, period. It is that kind of focus on customer service that makes King & Associates Insurance one of the best insurance companies around. 615-329-8121. 615-329-8121. Get your Royal Review, tkinginsurance.com.